Since its release in November 2019, the Elite Series 2 has undeniably been one of the most popular Xbox controllers out there. Thanks to its high quality feel, back paddles, hair triggers, countless customization options, and other added extras, the Elite Series 2 has been a go-to for competitive and casual gamers alike. That's not to say it's all been plain sailing, however. Faulty bumpers, stick drift, and sticking face buttons have all been common complaints. Now, considering it's closing in on nearly 4 years since launch, and with other controllers now replicating or arguably surpassing the Elite Series 2, I think it's time we got a revamp. With the inevitable Elite Series 3 controller not too far away, I've decided to break down where I believe they could improve upon the Elite Series 2, touching on glaring omissions for a controller in 2023, and also some functional improvements that should help reliability. Let's get into it. What's up YouTube, my name's Gavlar88 and in this video and every other video on the channel we talk about Xbox and Xbox related things, just like the Elite Series 3 controller, and what I'd hope to see from the controller. Firstly, I feel it's important to talk about what I feel they did right with the Elite Series 2, and what I think doesn't or won't be changed. To start, I think they nailed the amount of customization options, be that the changeable thumbsticks, additional D-pad, programmable profiles and the companion app. Secondly, the added extras are really nice. The charging case, USB cable as well as the rechargeable battery pack are a must for the Elite Series 3. Now, while I do prefer the back paddle seen on the Scuff Instinct Pro, this isn't something I can see being incorporated on the Elite 3, for a couple of reasons. Firstly, some don't want or need back paddles, so having them detachable is how I think they will go. This also leaves the opportunity for third-party paddle options, as well as giving Xbox the chance to make an Elite Series 3 Core Edition, which is something I'd love to see at launch, especially if the Elite Series 2 attachments are compatible. So what are the most obvious improvements that should be made for the Elite Series 3? Well, firstly, a glaring omission and something I notice every time I pick up my Elite is the share button. Maybe move the profile button to the bottom of the controller and put a share button in its place. An easy addition, but so needed in 2023. Next, I'd love to see improved hair triggers, more similar to the mouse click-like hair triggers seen on the Instinct Pro. I do enjoy the triggers on the Elite Series 2, but after using the Scuff triggers for as long as I have, I can't go back. There just is less travel, and it feels so much more instant. Now, if you've been on this channel before, you may have seen my review of the GameSir G7, which I will link right here. But if you haven't, one of the main takeaways I took was how much I loved the face buttons. Using micro switches just like the G7 allows for faster actuation, and it feels great too. Almost like using arcade machine buttons. Given the fact that stick drift has been a major problem with the Elite Series 2, an upgrade in this area would be much appreciated. A move to Hall-based joysticks could prevent this, and also the addition of anti-friction rings, similar to the ones seen on the Scuff, would be a nice touch. I'd also like to see some extra RGB lighting on the controller, an expansion on the colour change option of the home button seen right here. Now, this is obviously not for everyone, but this would make the Elite Series 3 stand out from the rest. Haptic feedback triggers and motion controls is something I would expect Xbox to consider for future console revisions. But as of this moment in time, not something I'd expect from the Elite Series 3. Firstly, let's be honest, it's a little gimmicky. And secondly, it's not the kind of thing that should be implemented until the start of the console generation, which is probably another 4 to 5 years away. Reducing input lag would make the Elite Series 3 much more of an option for competitive gamers and games alike. Having spent many hours using the Elite as well as other controllers, it does feel a little less snappy than the others, and an area that could definitely level up. Now, I've given you 4 or 5 improvements that I expect to see from the future Elite Series 3. But if there is anything you'd like to see or anything you disagree with, remember to let me know in the comments below. I'd really love the input. Despite all of this Elite Series 3 talk, we haven't had any rumblings of the controller as of yet, so there is definitely some life still in the Elite Series 2. And if you are curious to see how it stacks up against another popular Xbox controller, the Scuff Instinct Pro, I have a video right here that you can check out if you so wish. But before I go, please remember to hit the like button and of course subscribe if you are new here. I'd really appreciate it. Come on, thanks. But anyway guys, that's the video. Thanks so much for watching, and until the next time, I'll catch us.